on, you guys? Gary Russell Jr. gives his pick on the Spence and Crawford fight. And like I told you guys before, I'm not going to be doing any announcement videos because we just don't know when that fight is going to get announced. But I am going to be giving prediction type videos from certain fighters, trainers, etc., etc. And Gary Russell Jr. is a guy that we know has history with Terence Crawford from back in the amateurs. And more recently, he was very vocal about moving up a few weight classes to fight Terence Crawford. Back when Terence Crawford was still with Top Rank and, he was having a hard time finding opponents. Gary Russell Jr., a guy that's fighting at featherweight, was one of the main guys throwing his name in the hat to fight Terence Crawford. Of course, a lot of fans didn't believe it. A lot of people didn't think it was really practical, but Gary Russell Jr. seemed to really believe that he was going to go up there and whoop on Terence Bud Crawford. But now he gives his pick as to who will win in a fight between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. And Gary says this: I got Errol. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I got Errol. I think Terence honestly is a better boxer. He's a better, well-rounded boxer, but Terence is defensively irresponsible. He gets hit a lot. He clearly gets hurt by fighting smaller guys. Wow. So I'm assuming Gary Russell was talking about the Gamboa fight that was about 7-8 years ago now. When Crawford, was letting his hands go and, a prime Gamboa buzzed him a little bit, right? Buzz Bud. And, that's one thing that's never going to leave Crawford's career. That's just something that people is going to always knock Crawford for, no matter what, right? This is until he retired, that's what they're going to knock him for, because that's really all they can't knock him for is a fight that happened 7 years ago when he was at lightweight. And then Gary says, I think Errol's a much more responsible defensive fighter. I think he's the bigger, stronger fighter, and he's going to bring a bigger punch. And Errol Spence is the bigger fighter. Is he the more defensively fighter? Errol Spence uses the high guard quite a bit. There's a lot of, stylistically, to me, Crawford, he may get hit at times. That's because he likes to fight, and that could be a double-edged sword for him. But as far as Spence being more defensively responsible, I think he's more methodical in his approach. Even though he's a seek and destroy guy, he's really methodical, really textbook. He keeps his hands up high, and he's not gonna waste punches. He's not gonna do anything that's gonna really put him in too much danger if he can't recover from it. Errol Spence Jr. Sometimes he over lunges punches and things of that nature, but he's really textbook. He's not gonna really waste punches or throw nothing if he knows it's not gonna land, right? He's using that jab to gauge everything to make sure he can get that left hand off, right? And then Gary says, I think 7, 8, 9, he's going to start walking Terence down like Jason, dropping those dumbbells down on his ass. He's going to catch him in one of those corners and drop them dumbbells on his ass. He says by the 7th, 8th, 9th round, Errol Spence Jr. is going to turn to Jason Vorhees, and he's going to be stalking him down, busting upside his head with them dumbbells until the end of the round. Then he says, I think if Terence is in 15-round boxing shape, I think he'll be able to stay away from Errol. Box, steal rounds, and stuff like that. I don't think he'll go out and take the fight at all. Wow. So he don't think Bud is going to take the fight to Spence. He don't. Oh, man. Gary Russell Jr. do not believe in Terence Crawford. If there's one guy in the world that we know for sure don't believe in Terence Crawford, it is Gary Russell Jr. I mean, come on. You know Terence Crawford go. At some point, we would expect him to take the fight to Spence. Right? That's just what Terence Crawford does. That's just who he is. He's going to take the fight to you at some point of the fight. Now, he may not do it the whole fight, right? It may not be a mean machine altercation where he's taking the fight to you the whole time, but we've seen him take the fight to guys and all his fights at welterweight. His Sean Porter fight, Kell Brook fight. He takes the fight to these bigger guys, right? So, I disagree with Gary there, but hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion. He got Errol Spence winning the fight. He says because Terence Crawford is the defensively irresponsible fighter and Errol Spence is the more defensively responsible fighter. So, defense wins championships. We're going to see how this plays out. Gary Russell Jr. is one of the guys that's picking Errol Spence to win. Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.